I was recently surprised by how many $1 VR games are available on Steam. Here's my picks for the best of them. Constricted VR is a puzzle escape room with 2 rooms inside. I recommend starting with the Lab Escape first, as that one begins with instructions about the controls. Both rooms are very quiet, almost silent, and you'll need your built-in flashlight to see anything. It's an overall creepy ambience, but it isn't really scary at all. Both of the rooms are very challenging. I wasn't able to figure either of them out myself. For 2 escape rooms at $1 total, it's a fantastic value. And speaking of escape rooms, Viking Escape is a much smaller escape game, but more graphically impressive and abstract. It's pretty short though, I beat it in 15 minutes. Find China is an obstacle course challenge. Grab your massive backpack and attempt to walk to the cash register without breaking much merchandise. It features a very creative movement style called walkabout locomotion. You walk inside your room, and when you've reached a wall, you hold the grip button to freeze the world and turn around to face the other way. After turning, you walk forward until you reach the other side of your room scale, rinse and repeat. After a while, it feels surprisingly natural, and your brain almost believes that you're continually walking forward in the game world. It's helpful to intentionally turn opposite directions every time you turn around to help minimize your cord getting twisted up. Experiencing the unique movement system alone is worth buying the game, but it's also pretty fun. If you're ever in the mood for aimless wandering, then Endless Labyrinth is for you. Make your way through a never-ending procedurally generated labyrinth collecting gems. That's all there is to it. But I've enjoyed many an evening wandering in here before going to bed. Something about this place feels just right for tuning out and engaging in a stress-free activity. There's many locomotion options, and you can choose between daytime and nighttime. Happy Penguin VR is a strange batting cage game. Lines of happy and eager penguins jump off a diving board, hoping that you'll send them great distances with your baseball bat. Send them as far as you can and try to hit the bonus targets. Sometimes your camera view will be launched with a penguin at high speeds. It's pretty jarring whenever that happens. Try this for a strange but cheap batting cage challenge. Miniature TD is a tower defense game with a retro blocky 3D feel. Just like any tower defense game, you need to strategically place gun turrets to stop the endless waves of bad guys marching through the map. You also have the option of choosing between 2 guns that you can hold and manually fire at the enemy. It's certainly a very simple tower defense game. There's only 2 levels to play, but it's a fun miniature world and a good value for just $1. Mortars VR takes the classic artillery game genre and puts it in VR. And the VR implementation is done really well. Everything is tactile and utilizes motion controllers perfectly. You can push up or pull down your periscope view. The loading and firing of your weapon is done with levers and pulleys. You aim your cannon with rotating wheel controls. It's all very well designed for motion controllers. It also features some different classes to choose from that come with different weapon power-ups and perks unique to the class you choose. You can play single player with bots or multiplayer. They've recently added the option to fill in your multiplayer games with bots. So if there's just 2 people playing, you can make it a full game by adding the bots. This game is really fun and one of the best on this list. My RC Buggy is a nice little budget title that lets you race RC cars and customize them. The gameplay couldn't be more straightforward. You accelerate by using the trigger, and you steer with the touchpad. After you win some races, you'll earn prizes which let you customize your car. The game is currently only single player, and it could use some more polish here and there, but for just $1, I say you definitely get your money's worth. I hope the developer continues to work on this, as it's already a good budget title, but if it evolves even further, then it could be a spectacular little gem. Definitely check it out. Mystic VR is a puzzle-searching game which requires lots of exploration and patience. You wander in a peaceful and mostly quiet environment. When you come up against your first barrier, you need to input a specific color sequence to proceed, but you don't have the answer at the barrier, you need to search for the answer. Find the right clues, then come back to open the barrier. Proceeding farther will reveal the next code or the next barrier, and so on it goes. It's a pretty environment and very colorful. It certainly isn't a deep game, but for some casual wandering, it's good for $1. Princess Kidnapper 2 is an archery defense wave shooter. You know the drill. Stop the waves of enemies from breaking through the gate. Just like the archery game in the lab. It has some interesting mechanics, like hitting targets to receive arrow power-ups, and there's some unique enemies I didn't expect, like a wizard in the background that keeps resurrecting skeletons, or enemies that get more powerful every few seconds, so you need to kill them as soon as you can. There's a million archery games out there, but this one is surprisingly good for the price, and family-friendly. Rescuties VR has you catching puppies, kittens, and babies from disasters and throwing them into bins. A fundamentally simple game, but there's tons of achievements and things to unlock. You may enjoy this in single player, but I think it's best in a VR party.
Find you! Here comes a pair. Devil baby, unlocked.
Ropes and Dragons is basically just cut the rope in VR. But that's underselling it a bit because it's very well made with beautiful environments. For just $1, it's really good. Fun for the whole family. My wife loves this one. The game R.U.M.A has you in the middle of a cylindrical room. There are colored floating orbs all around you and a bot orbiting the room. As you might expect, it's up to you to give the proper colored orb to the robot. Your thumbpad will attract or repel the orbs, and if you combine orbs together before giving them to the bot, you'll get a better score. When I first started this, I thought it would be boring, but playing on normal or hard difficulty really engaged me with addicting gameplay. In those modes, there are random energy fences and lasers to block your attracting and throwing abilities. And after playing even more, I discovered more strategies like throwing orbs to combine them instead of by hand, and attempting trick bouncing shots. This game was a pleasant surprise. Super Ultra Monster Smash is a simple Godzilla destruction game. At first I was confused because I thought it was a free roaming game. Turns out it's a series of preset area squares that you need to fully destroy and clear out before the game automatically sends you to the next section. I was a little disappointed that you can't roam freely, but if you're craving some destruction mayhem, it's a decent value. Tornuffalo is a room-scale debris-avoiding challenge. The Tornuffalo is sending danger flying your way, and you need to dodge everything because one hit and it's game over. You're granted a hammer that you can use to deflect objects out of your way, which is nice. There's also a variety of bonus modes that change up the gameplay with different rules or mechanics. Tornuffalo is a nice casual challenge. VRemin, or VRemin, allows you to perform on a virtual theremin in an empty auditorium. There's some settings and dials you can utilize for different sounds and properties. That's pretty much all there is to it, but if you've ever wanted to own a theremin, then this is your ticket. Well, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. See ya!